Okay guys, Central Florida Prepper here. Today we want to discuss hurricane preparedness. As we here in Florida already know, it's already passed into hurricane season already. I think it was last month when it crossed that threshold. But anyway, we have a tropical, almost depression, not quite, something like that, in the Gulf of Mexico. Sorry, I keep looking over. I'm looking at the map because my brain's always scattered. This helps with something to identify and look at. They're calling for this to hit Louisiana possibly Saturday. Now, it's not a huge hurricane or anything like that. The damage it's doing right now, though, where it's at, is already flooding Louisiana. It's actually flooding most of the Gulf Coast coastal regions there. So that is one of the dangers of hurricanes, tropical depressions, things like that. Now, I am just flipping through with my other phone here. The FEMA, because they're the go-to guys, they're still only telling people to make a kit. Food and water supplies last you 72 hours. Alright, 72 hours didn't do squat for the victims of Katrina. 72 hours didn't do squat for people in Panama City and Mexico Beach. Fortunately, my family that lives in those two locations, Panama City, Mexico Beach, Bayou, Georgia area, right there, they're all right on top of each other. They are preppers, and they were prepared. Now, they took a lot of damage. My brother was out there in an RV. Freaking crazy. But they thought it was just going to be a Category 2, and then overnight, within a few hours, they woke up to a Cat 5. So, Category 2 was the hit. I wouldn't bat an eye. Not down here. We are positioned Central Florida. We are in the middle, practically in the middle of Florida. Always, north, south, east, west. So a Category 2 is not really going to do too much to Apopka. Now, when Irma, I believe it was, came through, we lost power. We were actually in Orlando still, and we lost power for roughly 10 days. They still had water, and this is what got me. There was still water, all right. The ground was soaked. I mean, we had places a foot of water standing, and I'm watching people fill up their water out of a spigot because it's running, and drinking, just going to town. Don't do that, okay? When there's flooding, even if you have running water still, that flooding is going to take all that chemical, all that waste, because septic systems and things like that get flooded when you got a foot of water above it, and it disperses into the water supply. Even though water may have been running, it's not wise to just drink it without boiling. So yeah, that's a big no-no. Over here, yeah, we have, I guess you'd call it a hurricane kit. It's just our basic shit hits the fan kit, because everything in the hurricane kit is the same thing we always stock up on either way. This 72-hour crap is crap. Have more supplies. Now, if you can only afford 72 hours, yes, go get at least 72 hours. But you really need more, alright? Push for that 2-week mark. I don't know why they downplay this stuff so much. Now, are we going to start having really bad hurricanes this year? I don't know. I do know from everything I see and watch on the news, underground news, research I'm doing, the whole world is being assaulted by severe weather. It has been for several months now. Things are changing. I'm not going to get into the whole global warming. No. There is, and we're still seeing a pole shift. We are seeing climate shift. The Earth's magnetic sphere is dwindling down. So it's moving with the pole because it's all magnetized. Oh, here I am. Now look at me, Central Florida scientist. No, it's just research I'm checking up on. Makes plenty of sense. I think it's very strange. No, not really, not strange. I see where reports like this come out and it gets downplayed, or some other report from a bigger media or bigger funding company comes along and slams their reports. It's not because the first report was wrong. Actually, more likely the first report was right. These other reports that are bigger funded, things like that, that are tearing up these smaller reports, is because the government doesn't want mass hysteria. Alright. If you're going to tell everybody that, 30 years from now Arizona is going to be oceanfront property because California took a dip in the ocean there, yeah, you don't think there's going to be several million people moving out of California pretty quick? Anyway, back to hurricane preparedness. Many things you do need. I want everyone to at least get 2 weeks supply of food, water, right off the bat. Now with the 2 week supply of food and water, get you a water filtration system, something that you can filter water through. Again, keep on pushing the Sawyer Mini. I don't make anything from Sawyer Mini. Okay, I'm not affiliated with their company. I like it, I've used it, and I stand behind it because its performance has not done me wrong. So yes, I do push the Sawyer Mini. Now there are other water filtration systems out there. Well, I'm just discussing the portable ones right now, the small ones. I see a lot of people talk about the life straw. Now we do have a couple life straws. They're going to be used for bartering purposes after shit hits the fan. For the same price of a life straw, which gets me 200 gallons of filtration, my Sawyer Mini, same price, gets me 100,000 gallons of filtration. Yeah, simple economics. I do not have an economics degree, unlike our esteemed congresswoman. Yeah, I'm not gonna get in politics, guys. Not this video anyway. Okay, let's keep it on track. All right, so you have food, water, 2 week supply. It's recommended a person has 1 gallon of water each per day. All right, so you're looking at 14 gallons for one person. That's drinking water. That's not washing, hygiene, cooking. That's just for drinking. Now down here in Central Florida, it is freaking hot. It is humid. Oh God, it's humid. 1 gallon of water is not enough. You sweat, without doing anything, close to 3 liters of water. And that is, let's just say I turn off the air conditioning in my home, turn off the fans, and just hang out in the house. That's how much you'll be sweating. So a gallon of water is right, it's just a little over 4 liters, and you're sweating that much out. Now imagine if you're having a walk, doing something, and you're sweating more. Alright, you're sweating out more water than you are intaking. Something to think about. Still, general rule, 1 gallon of water per person. We're just shooting for the 2-week mark here. Now, if you are doing canned goods, things like that, which is highly recommended for the 2-week supplies, you have to have water to cook it, and you have to cook it. All right. Make sure you have, let's say, all right, like our house, we have propane hooked up to the house. They're the little tanks. All right, we keep supply. We actually have 4 months supply put back right now on top of our 2 months that is always hooked up. So we always have 6 months of propane on the house. Then I have propane for my camp fuel, my camp stoves. We don't have a year yet. All right, last count, I think we only have 5 months of propane for the camp stove. Actually, no, I take that back. We actually have more than that now, because I was figuring in heating water, how long it takes to heat water for showers and dishes. But now we have started using the solar showers, and we also went ahead and prepped a whole bunch of gallon jugs painted flat black to heat up for our showers and our dishes. So that actually increased our camp fuel capacity, because heating up 5 gallons of water on a camp stove takes a lot of fuel. So I'm gonna have to readjust that equation. So we'll probably have more than that now. Good old coffee. All right, next up, securing your home. Hurricanes, that's a lot of debris flying around. Get you some plywood. I like using long deck screws. I don't like using nails. One, I can't drive a nail to save my life. You know, I can weld anything. I try hitting a nail, freaking nail goes one way. No, I'm just not a carpenter. Alright, so I like wood screws. Go down to your Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, whatever. Get these things beforehand. Get your plywood, things like that. Because when it comes to you needing it, when the hurricane's beating down on you, it's not going to be there. It never is. Every time everyone waits and then makes the run to the store, it's already gone. They don't have more shipment coming in right before a hurricane comes in when they know it's going to make landfall. They pull those $1 million vehicles away. All right. When I say $1 million vehicles, I mean plus the cargo. All right. Some of those trucks are expensive though. So get this stuff ahead of time. Take a weekend. Measure out your windows, things like that, your doorways, whatever it is that you are going to cover up, and pre-cut your plywood. Okay? Get it ready. Get it ready for installment. I actually recommend installing it. Label it, take it back down, put it in storage. That way when the time comes, you already have everything pre-cut, everything's fabbed, you're ready to go. Saves you time. Now the exodus of leaving, let's say Florida, before a hurricane. I do not do that. I know people who have attempted anyway. They have left a day prior. You know, they sat there and farted around, and then okay, it's coming. Screw it, it's bigger than what we thought. I'm scared. I have no safe place. So they tried jumping I-4, whatever, and they're stuck in traffic when hurricane comes through. They're still in traffic after the hurricane came through. Yeah, I prefer to be in my home other than my vehicle on the interstate. Alright, so if you did plan to leave several days prior. If you are planning on running a generator, stock up fuel. Okay, the small generator we have, it's a small one. It uses the it's gasoline, but we have to put a 2-in-1 oil. I forget what it's called now. We have a small stock of that. We got enough for about 80 gallons of mixed fuel. Do I keep 80 gallons of mixed fuel here at the house? No, that's just the additive that we have to use it for the generator. Okay, before I forget, also batteries and candles. Definitely keep batteries for your flashlights. Get a flashlight if you don't have a flashlight. I like headlamps, I think we all do. But even just a small dollar flashlight is better than having no light. Candles, please be safe. I still cannot wrap my head around how people burn down their homes with candles. I don't know. Dollar stores even got candle holders. Okay, they're only $1. Be safe with candles. Don't go to sleep with candles burning. I'm guessing that happens. Don't light a candle underneath a cabinet or whatever it is these people are doing. You want it positioned away from everything. Here's an idea. Light it and set it on your table. There's no way it's going to catch anything on fire there. So I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Anyway guys, that's all we have today. Please click that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.